So open your feet wide and let's warm up your body. And I'm going to kind of talk as we warm up so that we can be efficient with our time. Just start lightly twisting side to side, relaxing your body, loosening your joints. Inhale through your nose and breathe out through your mouth to release any tension there. A big sigh. At the beginning, you can do some deep cleansing breaths. For some of you, Qi Gong is something you've been doing for years. Maybe you lived in the mountains with monks and practiced for decades, or maybe this is your first time doing Qi Gong and this is the first time you've heard it pronounced correctly. So either way, you can experience whatever you're ready to experience today. Hopefully a shift toward health, energy, balance, and peace. That's really the goal. So now, with a wide stance, bend your knees, fingertips to your collarbones, make a circular motion, upward and outward. Keep your knees bent for the next few minutes if you can. It's called a horse riding stance. You're kind of sitting and squatting a little bit. At any point, if something hurts during class, please opt out or see if you can figure out a modification. For instance, if your left arm hurts, maybe just use your right arm and do your left less. If your knee starts hurting when you bend down, don't bend so far. So please practice self-advocacy through the class. Go backward now, the other way. Many of you are in my Bo Yoga class and you're familiar with yoga and the many forms of yoga. How is yoga and Qigong similar or different? We'll go through that in the class today. First of all, Qigong incorporates a lot of joint rotations. So we're going to go through all your joints here, circulate, lubricate, and make them feel fantastic. Now, make a light fist with your hands and twist downward, outward like this. So you're squeezing your elbow joints. From the side view, you can see that it's like a Ferris wheel. It's a vertical circle. You're going down and up without going front to back. And from the front view, you can see it's going in two circles. And what you're trying to do here is to stretch this inner elbow. So you bend the wrists also so that you feel the stretch along the inside of your arm here. This is going to open up some of the important meridian channels, the energy lines through the elbow. Good. So there's a little squeezing motion there. All right, next one, interlace your fingers, and you're going to stack up on the first knuckles like this, and then you're going to stack the thumb and the other thumb. So they're all stacked up like a bunch of pancakes, and then you're going to roll and rotate. Imagine you're holding a billiard ball and you're polishing it, and you're rotating. The wrist is bending as you rotate. With practice, you can go pretty quick. At the beginning, it might feel a little stiff, so don't overdo it, but you're polishing that ball. Left, right. Notice one side sometimes tries to take over. So left, right, evenly as you can. Bend the wrist. Good. Now go backwards. Other way. Roll those wrists. So your joints are gateways of energy in Qigong. It's like the gates in or imagine the doorways, you could call them. All the doors in your house, if they were all rusted shut and you had to force them open each time you walk through a door, it would be quite exhausting. So lubricating, smoothing your joints makes your daily movement so easy. Go ahead and shake it out. Get those joints to warm up. Now, let's move into the shoulders. So you're still in that horse riding stance. Your legs get tired, you're going to stand up and lock your knees. Just bend them right back down, squat down. Palms forward, so they're even like this. And you're going to go left, right. One hand goes right over your head, and the other goes next to your hip. So it's kind of like a funky disco move, right? And you're making, it's like a circle. Imagine you're inside of a ball I don't know how you got in there, but you're in a ball and you're sliding your hand along the inside of that circular ball. And you're doing opposites, left, right. One hand goes right over your head. The other goes next to your hip. You keep the same angle on your wrist. And this is actually supposed to open up the Deichu point, the C7 vertebrae, the large bone in the back of your neck. Good. We've got some new students here who just joined. All right, really shake it out. It's amazing, right? These movements are so simple and they seem easy, but they can be exhausting and actually very tiring, especially if your muscles are a little bit tense. So next one, you're gonna cross your elbows, bend your knees, squeeze your shoulder blades together like this. Just gonna squeeze those shoulder blades. Now open the hands, same motion, but your arms are open, and now this is to open the chest. Check that you haven't locked your knees out, keep them bent, horse riding stance. Feel the center of your chest open with just a gentle, springy motion. It's like your arms are rubber bands and you're just gently stretching and springing back. It's not hard, it's not forceful. You're just going and springing back, breathing deep. Beautiful. All right, bend your knees, circle, inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Start to feel that circulation in your arms, upper body. Beautiful. One more time. Now just feel the hands. Are they starting to change in sensation at all? You feel some tingling or some warmth starting to flow? Especially if your hands tend to be cold. These are really good for circulation. So let's move now to the kidneys, the waist, and the lower back. You're gonna make a light fist. Just not clenching, but light fist. Your head stays centered. You're gonna twist 1, 2, then the other side, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just a gentle twist for your kidneys, lower back, digestive organs, and belly. 1, 2, other side, 3, 4. It's kind of like you're holding a hula hoop and you're just spinning it around your waist. You're trying to isolate this midsection and belly, warming it up, gently twisting twice on each side. The second twist goes just a little further than the first. Find your own speed and rhythm. Good. Send that heat to your belly. In Qi Gong and in Oriental medicine, the temperatures of your body are very important, and where the temperature goes is important. So we want to send the heat down, out of your head, into your core, into your legs, into your feet. So we don't want a hot head. You want a fire in your belly. All right, very nice. Relax. Hands on waist, feet wide, toes apart. Head stays centered here. Your knees can more or less straighten in this position, and you're gonna glide your hips around in a big wide circle. And this is where you often will hear fireworks going off. Your hips, back, knees. Little snap, crackle, pop. Try to keep the head centered and just slowly rotate around the edge. Nice. Spread that heat through the hip joints. All right, go back the other way. There's a quote attributed to Abraham Lincoln, I believe, and he said if he had 4 hours to cut down a tree, he would spend 3 hours sharpening his axe, something like that. And I kind of feel the same way about warm-ups. I like to spend a lot of time with warm-ups, getting the body to open and to energize, because once your body's really open and the energy's flowing, Qigong is so natural. You'll feel energy, it'll start moving on your behalf. You won't have to remember very much, you don't have to think through it. It'll be so natural, like breathing. So we'll spend plenty of time warming your body, and that's a large part, at least 50% of the benefit is the warm-ups, getting the circulation. All right, next, this one you may want to grab onto a little something. I said no props, but you can use, a cat tree or a wall. If you have a bow staff or a balance bar, you can use that. If somebody's standing next to you that looks stable, you can grab them. We're going to do some hip circles like this. If you want to grab a chair, back of a chair works just fine. Just if you need a little support. Try not to over rely on it, but just if you need it. Hip circles here. A little wiggle wobble is just fine. Now the same leg, go the opposite direction, circle. Strong core here, energizing your lower half, relaxing your upper half. I love this exercise because it does three things: balance, strength, and mobility all at once. Go ahead and switch legs. Outer circle, hip rotations, circling around. Good. And nice and easy. Find the right height for you and go the other way. We've got someone who loves attention here. Circling. Rotate those hips. All right, shake it out. Let's move now down to the knees. So you're going to bend down a little bit and touch your knees and circle and rotate your knee joints. So we're spending a lot of time on the joints because these are the gateways of energy. Once these open up, all your movements will feel so much easier, so much smoother. This is also really important because as we go through your joints with detail, you're going to start to notice and pick up a lot of information. You're going to start to say, wow, I didn't realize my knees were so sore or stiff. Now go back the other way. So pay attention and keep mental notes as you move through your body. What are you noticing about your body as you move through these joints? Good. Now your knees will go in and out in a circle. In and out. In and out. Circling. This is another area that can be pretty crunchy. Now backward, out to in. All right, here's a brain teaser. One goes in, one goes out. If you've been with me for a while, you probably are an expert, or else still stumped. Maybe this could take a while to learn. Okay, and then go the opposite way. One goes in, one goes out the other way. All right, come back up. Give your body a little shake. All right, one more joint for the lower body is your ankles. And you might want to, again, use something to hold on to for this. Lift one heel, step forward, and rotate your ankles and toes. Circling. So today I'm going through all the joints pretty thoroughly. For future classes, I'll probably select 5 to 7 of the joints, and we'll go through them differently. But if you can do these joint exercises on your own, especially the ones that feel sticky or tight, try to do them on your own. You'll feel much better. Go backward now. Press a little body weight through your joints. Good. All right, now this is the tricky part. You're going to turn your foot upside down and roll the tops of your feet. And this might be also where another useful tool would be. I'll have to tell you in the beginning of class next time, a little pillow or blanket. If it's painful, you can use that to cushion the tops of your feet. All right? If this is painful, this is also most likely very useful and important for you. You want to make sure your feet are flexible, comfortable. Now press and hold, give it a stretch, breathe in. Stretch up the shins there. Big exhale. And shake that foot out, release. Okay, you might notice a difference in your feet already, just from those ankle exercises. Now the other side, step forward, heels up, rotate, press into these joints. Toes to big toe to little toe. Nice, you're leaning in just a little bit, you're circling through. Now go the other way, rotate. Excellent. And then when you're ready, turn that toe, the foot upside down, stretch the tops of your toes, squeeze. You'll hear a phrase a lot through these classes, the motion is the lotion. So the movement, the lubrication of your body happens through rotations. The synovial fluids lubricate, clean, and nourish the joints. Go the other way. One of the amazing statistics I learned recently is that if people exercise 150 minutes a week, which is 30 minutes 5 days a week, moderate intensity, your heart rate goes up, your body warms up, you can reduce the chances for osteoarthritis by 80%. So especially if you do it safely without overloading the joints. Go ahead and stretch down, tops of your feet, breathe in. Breathing out. So even if you have arthritis in some areas of your body, you still can prevent it from happening in other areas. Exercise is also one of the best interventions that studies have shown, even if you already have arthritis. Even though it may be a little painful, it's still very, very good for the joints to move. Shake that foot out. All right, nice.